Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant. Today we are at the next topic of Mastering the Rook series, where we discuss the key properties of the Rook and eventually we will see how these properties can be used by players in Rook end games or a preparatory stage before the Rook end game. So today is a very important topic. It's based on the Rook's power on the 7th rank. We are going to deal with couple of positions with Rook on 7th and then double rooks on the 7th rank. There are 6 special qualities of rooks on the 7th rank. Let's start with them. So this is the first position here. It is white to play and win. Well, we can see that the rook is on the 7th rank, but with a special power. The special power here is to cut off the enemy's king, which cannot come out from the 7th rank. Okay, this is called the absolute control of 7th rank, when there is no pawn or piece in head of the king which can allow it to come over the 7th rank and get to the 6th rank. So what happens here is, see, in spite of the white rook getting attacked, there is no defense to rook c7 idea when b7 and rook c8 are impossible to stop. The reason being the king cannot move out. Let's see, if just rook b8, then see b7, ke8 and see rook c8 check and the pawn would promote. If rook d2 check, this is better attempt because the rook will try to come behind the pass pawn, which we discussed in our earlier lessons. kg3, rook d3 check. First the rook is trying to give checks and harass the king, but this can be stopped by bringing the king towards the rook. Now see, after rook d2, ke3, rook b2 and b7. See this position. Had the black king been on g6, then what would have happened? Even after the move b7, it would be very difficult for white to convert. The black king would go towards the white rook and eventually the b pawn would be taken. But here see what happens. Now the king cannot escape, and whatever is done after ke8, say rook check, king moves b8, queen takes and white queen. Let's go to the next case. Here we have the second position. See, both rooks are of the 7th rank. And it looks like rook d7 check and white will not lose the game. See, black is threatening white with rook h1 check. But here, which rook should go to d7? Of course, the answer is rook e d7. If rook c d7 is played, then kc8, rook c7, kb8. And now see, no more rook checks because of the bishop on f3 and any other move because rh1 mate. So white played rook e d7 check, ke8, rook check, king f8, rook f7 check, kg8, rook check, kh8 and rook f7. The c rook is stationed there as an anchor and the other rook just keeps on giving check like an arm is being used and the game is drawn. Let's go to the next case now. This is a very special case, a rook and knight's drawing pattern. The position C at first we can see looks losing for white. The 3 pawns b2, d2 and the c2 are about to queen and it looks like what can white do. Of course, most people suggest that we should play nh7 check, but after nh7, ke8, knight check, kd8, rook d7, kc8, there is nothing better than rook d2, but then see c1 or b1, queen and black wins. In such cases, only way generally is the knowledge. If we already know what has to be done, okay, it can be very handy. So that is what we are trying to learn through this lesson. See, the rook goes to d7, creating a wall around the black king, which will not be able to escape via d8 now. And see what happens after d1 queen, the pattern, see, amazing pattern, knight h7 check, king g8, knight f6 check. See the problem, if king h8, then rook h7 checkmate. It means it's forced to go king f8 and after king f8 again knight check, king e8, knight f6 check, king f8 and see nothing doing here. This check just repeats the game and the game would be drawn. And now we finally have the 3 special cases with the rooks doubled on the 7th rank. The 3 ideas involved here. One is gain of material by the 2 rooks. Second is the mating pattern created by the 2 rooks. And third, like the previous one, the ability of the rooks to repeat the position and gain tempo each time. So let's focus on this one first. When rook sitting like this, there is a typical maneuver which allows us to gain this queen on 8, anything basically on the 8th rank. See, it looks like white cannot play anything like rook a7 because he just took queen b8 check, rook c7, qb2 check, and it's drawn game. So what white will do is he will start with rook g7 check, king f8 and h8 both are possible, both are very similar. After h8 we just force the king outside g8, rook cg7, forcing the king to f8, and see finally now the rook gives check on the 8th rank. This is a typical play of rooks on 7th and the 8th rank. After kg7, rook a8 and white wins. Very similar would have been the move king f8, here to see rook f7 check, the c rook comes, of course, ke8, rook g8, kf7 and rook a8 and white wins. And this one is really a special case. I have directly taken the main position instead of showing you the skeleton positions. The theme I will explain you. When the two rooks reach the 7th rank, like the previous position, whenever the rooks give check this way, see rook g7, king h8, let's say, rook h7, kg8, rook g7, king f8. See the rook which is inside, the king is touching the rook, that rook is important. If we are able to support that rook, then the outer rook gives check and white will win. Or there is a second plan to this. We should force the black king to move away. Let's say knight comes to g6 with a check here, king moves in re8 or rh8 mates. So these are the patterns that white uses in this position. Here white plays the stunning knight g5. See both plans in action. First, let me show you d4. Here what happens, see knight e6 check, bishop takes c6, pawn takes c6. And see, very true, we couldn't support the g7 rook, but see there is no defense absolutely. Whatever black plays, rook a2, b2, a1, d3, then comes e7 check, ke8, whichever rook gives check here, rook g8, kd7, e8 queen double check, and here see pawn queens by force and white wins. And the other part of it we will see in the king f8 variation. Purposely I will take that, not go into again that same position, just to show you. Here rook goes to h7, we will get the same position. There is no d4 because c4 hangs. So after kg8, rook cg7 check, king f8, and now see knight g5, we reach the same position. And after fg f6, there is absolutely no defense to rook h8 check. See after d4 also rook h8, bg8, rook g8 mates. At the last position, unique one, which looks like the position which we took previously, where the two rooks were able to draw the game. This time, this is not draw. See the power of two rooks. Black pawn is winning on a1, but it is white to play and win. And see what happens here. White goes rook h7 check, an important move. Same technique. We will push the king outside. kg8, rook g7, king f8. This time, see, there is no way to drive the king away, no way to deliver check, but see rook d7. A tempo gaining rook move threatens rook h8 mate, means the king comes back to g8. If ke8, then rc7. Same technique goes on. Even after kd8, rook g7 wins. So let's say ke8, rook c7, kd8, then cg7, and white wins after rook g8 next move. So king g8 is forced, and now see again rook g7, king f8, rook c7, kg8 forced, once again check, king f8, force the king away and take b7. Every pawn has been taken and black is paralyzed because of the mate on h8. Again he goes back kg8, once again check. See, we have to keep the distance. If we play rook a7 here, then a1 queen and the game will be drawn. Okay, so we have to keep that distance, rook g7, king f8, and then only rook a7, because no a1 because of rook h8 checkmate. So that is why, see, only move rook a7, and after rook a7, white will win the a pawn and the game. So this was my attempt to show you the basic characteristics of double rooks or a rook dominating on the 7th rank. In the upcoming lessons, as I said, we will see the masters using these cases in their games. I hope you must have enjoyed this lesson. To let me know in the comments below. Thanks for your time.